Hello beautiful souls, I set off again from Cricklade. Cricklade Church I'm at, and it's a bit of a mammoth church. Look at that. It's got a huge steeple, a huge one, or a turret, whatever you want to call it. It's a huge one up there, my ground side of it. But this site is built upon an Anglo-Saxon site. So it was an Anglo-Saxon ritual site, but they also found Neolithic implements and things here. It's all closed up. I can't get in to show you inside, but it is a huge church. Cricklade was a decent Anglo-Saxon place, shall we say. The area around here, there was a lot of Anglo-Saxon, so when the church came in, they built not only this one, but there's 4 different churches in the area, but they've built this massive one. There's the doorway there, look, to get in, but it's all locked up. It says church open, but it's not. I tried the door, but it's full of old tombs. See all them? There's no building there as well. That must be the priory, I think, that went with it before the dissolution. Here we go. We've got some writing here. The churchyard, the town cross. It says there's a town cross. We'll go down to that in a minute. There's a pair of scissors on the church somewhere. Up here, I can see a pair of scissors. The magnificent tower you see today. In fact, let me tell you, and you can screenshot that and read it. This is a church board, is this? So, see, Cricklade Heritage Trail church board. So this one, the chancel was remodelled in 1350. It's 12th century. 12th century. We're heading for Northleach today. I'm going to pop down into. So I've come across a bit here in Cricklade, a bit of history, which shows. Well, I'm gonna show you it, and you can pause it and see what you think of it. I'll pause it. Oh, we'll go to that bit first. And up there, so there it's saying that if you didn't want to work for the Lord of the Manor, that's just. If you didn't want to work for the Lord of the Manor, he could set you free. He could set you free, and you were called a free man, so you could work for yourself. Anybody who hadn't been set free, this is in the 1300s, anybody who wasn't set free by the Lord of the Manor, so wasn't released from service of being a slave, was called a serf or a villain if they wanted to work for themselves, and they did work for themselves. Nothing changes, does it? Hey, nothing changes. We're going to go down this way. There's a high street up there. I'm going to head down this way to the museum. So I'm at the museum. It's closed, which I actually expected it to be, but I'll hang about for 10 minutes because it may open. There it is. It's an old church museum, but there is a interesting book. So I'll freeze on that. Where am I? Where am I going? I'm going there, Theo. Corruption. So in essence, because of the tithing from that previous board, if you froze it and read, where it was 10 men, 10 households, the 100, things like that. Because of that, the Reform Act of 1832 is said to have been formed because of that. But there's a lot on there, if you have a read of it, that is talking about corruption and things like that in politics in 1275 to 1832. Politicians being bribed, and yeah, nothing changes, does it? Eh? 1275 to 1832, and yet it still carries on. So Cricklade is claimed to be the first town on the Thames, because the Thames runs through Cricklade. I don't think I'll go that way to show you it, but the Thames, it runs through here, even though a good few hundred miles from London. The Thames comes through here, and the source of the Thames is not far up the road. I've been to that, but it's a very affluent area, an extremely affluent area. It is extremely. There's well, beautiful souls, we're in another city. I was talking to some beautiful people who were coming to this city, and they offered to give me a lift up here, and they're just popping to see some people, and then they're going to give me a lift back to where I was. Just because they were telling me, I've never been to this city before, and just because they were telling me about this. Look at that cathedral. So I'm in Cirencester. I know it keeps bouncing about, but look at that place. Beautiful, right? I tell you what, it's an absolutely gorgeous little city, is this. Little streets. I've got no information about it yet, but it goes back some time. But look at the work on this place. Oh well, looks like we can get inside. Should we go and have a look? Let's have a quick look. If we have to pay, I'm not going in. This is the south porch. Let's have a look. Look at that door. Whoa. Look, if you want to scan that, you can get information about the place. Let's have a look. Wow. Some guy talking. That's enough in here for me. It's over speakers. It's quoting the Bible over speakers. So everybody that goes in there has to listen to it. Has to listen to it. What a place! What a place! So let's go and have a look around. Bit of a market stall on here. Look at, I love wood stuff. I do all this carving myself. I do loads of this carving myself. Look at it. If you want to know what it is, it's them. Beautiful stuff. Is this you that does it?
The gentleman over there, go and chat with him.
And I'm with this gentleman here. Sorry, what's your name?
Mo.
Mo.
Mo, yeah.
Mo, this is Mo, and it's Mo and his family that do all this in Tunisia. And they bring it all over. He's got a shop in Gloucester, you said, in Gloucester
right,
you've got a shop?
Gloucester,
a shop in Gloucester. And you come over here to the market.
This is my first time in this
Yeah, your
market,
first time in this
yes.
market,
yeah.
Beautiful spot to be, right next to that church, that cathedral. But yeah, so he's not got anything online at the moment. That's it, Tunisian olive wood from trees that are over 100 years old. Look at these. I mean, this is the roots. Beautiful, stunning. Thank you very much, my friend.
Very welcome.
Thank you. You take care.
Get this freebie. That's a bottle opener for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very kind of you.
No worries.
Thank you very much. Take care of yourself, my friend. Take care. Bye. How wonderful is that? I got myself a bottle opener. Hand carved. Beautiful. Beautiful. Some paintings here. Some fluffy stuff that I'm sure the women will like. Well, I know I've never showed you much, but I'm out the other side of Cirencester now. This is a modern, more modern area here. But Cirencester was established in about 43 AD by the Romans. When the Romans invaded Britain, Albion it was back then, when they invaded, this is the second largest town they set up after London. So it was their major hustle and bustle until they left. Look at this full history lesson in 400 AD or so, when the Romans left, towards the end of the 400s. And the Saxons then, it stayed as a town, and the Saxons invaded it in 577. 577, look, I'm precise there, I'm precise. 577 they invaded it, and it became a Saxon town, and then it slowly became famous for its wool, for its woolen garments, woolen goods, things like that. It became famous for right the way through until the 19th century, when it declined and all the wool mills stopped, and now it's just a quaint town. It's not a city, that's not a cathedral, it's a church, so I found out. But beautiful, eh? Beautiful place. Anyway, we're just now waiting for these beautiful souls to come back that gave me a lift over here to give me a lift back, and back on the trail I go. So I was right about the spring nearby, right by not far from the church that we went into. There is an open spring swimming pool. An open spring swimming pool. So the pool is open. It's outdoors, and it's been there since Roman times. And it's been built upon and built upon and built upon over the years, but it's fed by a natural spring. So the natural spring that would have been there that people used was then by the Romans, it was diverted to a pool for natural water, and then nowadays we fill it with all that rubbish like chlorine and all that crap. But there is one there, sacred spring, always in these built up original ancient and Neolithic Iron Age towns that then come through. Romans then pick it up, and the Saxons, they pick it up, the Anglo-Saxons, always, without fail. And if you don't believe me, pop over to see Age of Albion, YouTube, Age of Albion. Pop over and see him. Beautiful guy, James, beautiful guy, and that's what he's into. It's into the sacred springs and the springs around towns. And have a watch of some of his stuff. He's got a brilliant film. It's about an hour and 40 minutes long, all about it. But anyway, sacred spring here in Cirencester. Well, beautiful souls, I seem to be coming back into a bit of civilization here. We've got fields and houses, farmers' fields and houses coming up. I've decided this evening, only because it's close by, I'm going to get a campsite this evening rather than wild camp. Which is going to be quite cool, I suppose. Seems like a lovely campsite. It's only charging, well, I'm saying only, it's charging 12 quid a night. I've just been to Bybury. I'm going to do a separate video on that for tomorrow, for you to see tomorrow, because it was a bit busy, but there was so much to see. But anyway, I'll show you the campsite when I get there. Hello beautiful soul, sorry I had you in the sun then. So I'm here at this campsite. This is the campsite. There's a few people down there, but it's got a big tent there, some showers over there. Look at this beautiful area, beautiful. There I am, all set up, and there I am, hello. All set up, ready for a good kip tonight, a good sleep tonight. It's been a long day again. I've now Covered another, today it was about 17 miles to get to here, and I'm near Northleach. I'm not far from Northleach, and I came across this campsite. As I was walking, so I was going to walk through it. I just thought it was a field, so I may as well stay here tonight. Look at them. Oh. Best to stay on a campsite tonight. I would have probably been better in the woodland, but never mind, I'm here now. But anyway, be kind to yourselves, beautiful souls. Be kind to yourselves. Be very, very kind to yourselves. Enjoy everything in your life, every moment, and take the challenges as a blessing. So you can make yourself and your life better, and you can go within and shine. Much love and many blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.